Howdy, howdy, everybody, and welcome back to Doki Literature Club. Blah. Jeebus Laquish. I even practiced that before starting. Anyways, welcome back to Doki Literature Club. When we last left off, we were about to start reading our poems for each other to get prepared for the school festival, to get more members into the club. Yes. Now let's see if I can remember any of the voices that I did for everybody yesterday, because otherwise, I will... Anyways, yeah. No, thank you for liking the live, Destiny. I appreciate it. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called... After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns, and in the structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. What's up, Glyph? Thank you for coming back, man. Enjoy. I appreciate you being here, buddy. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Yay! Woo! Yuri, go! Woo! Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. How do you be on live? Through Streamlabs. So I use Streamlabs to live stream on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Excuse me. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Brian liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Thank you, Ray! Hope you have a good day, my friend. Eh? I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. Why does she know British all of a sudden? That came out of nowhere. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean! That's, well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay! Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Brian. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyways. Hi, Curie Pebble. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. Might as well let Brian lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. Ooh, excuse me. This is gonna be a good stream. Well, I'm glad. It's not got much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, make me feel terribly awkward. Wait, I actually had a poem for this. Wait, where? I forgot to pull it up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I didn't write it. I stole it off the internet. Come on, load, you Google Doc. Ah, why is Google Docs not loading now? Here we go. This poem is by Albert Goldbarth. The bittersweet comfort of motley detail. In an open field, flat and clear for miles, nothing is apparent. The sun shines in a matrix, steady, ambiguous, some inserene smile above a broad desk, to wail into a sky with no borders, save those of the limits of vision, only extends the voice into the province of blindness. An honest sigh is delicate, skinned, like a little cloud, no bone, all juice, and breathing it into that landscape without detail is to lose it with no chance for echo, reflection, or cradling it to your breast. The oil of fish, the oil of berries, the thick lubrication of human grief. In woods, the noon is still dim and dense, enough for any scrape or overturning to be revelation. The sun, between bunching, bough cluster shapes, in every unit like words of a secret. This is it, written down. This is what I learned today. One long light, amateur in the world, around which the terrible dark machine keeps turning, keeps fueling, keeps up all night. That was my poem read for today, everybody. Thank you, thank you. Big round of applause for me. Thank you, I appreciate it. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really good as everyone else, I say as I picked up actually decent poem to read. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's fair. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah. Maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Humph. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. I almost said a little euthanized. Well, she's still a little euthanized. Ooh. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Well, it is called Jump. That makes sense. This girl ends up falling in love with the main character in the end, by the way. I kind of figured something happens like that. I don't know much about this game, and I'm trying to avoid spoilers for it, because this is my first run-through. But I do appreciate you letting me know that. Hi, Cameron. Hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. Sounds like this is about the contrast how natural mechanisms affect and influence the more existential question we have in life. I guess so. I literally just looked up bittersweet poems and scrolled through until I found one that I liked. I appreciate it. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'd be the other way around for me. No, well, that's just how it is, so... Oh, thank you for liking the live, my friends. I do appreciate it. Well, well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. Why? Her voice keeps changing. I'm so sorry. I can't keep Monica's voice straight. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard. I turned into Mrs. Doubtfire now. It might be hard, dearies. Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire's on the way, dears. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. That's fine too, dears. It doesn't have to be on your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in this effort for the club. Blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to get Mrs. Doubtfire out of my voice now. It's just my roughly draft interpretation, though. I get some more thought behind it. I'm just going on a whim, but I'll have to read it myself. It is called... It's by Albert Goldbarth, and it's called The Bittersweet Comfort of Motley Detail. Literally, I looked it up. I looked up poetryfoundations.org and literally just looked up. It's from... They made it in September of 1973. Dang, the book was $1.25 when it came out that this poem was published in. Cool. It makes me really happy. Gotta go to work. Ciao. Bye, Ray. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good day. Ah, yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. Now check out some of his other works then. Cool. Thank you guys for sharing and liking. Gotta respect the craft, heck yeah. As for the festival, we'll be finishing planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day! I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get it through. It's for the sake of the club. And impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep! Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, yeah, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Brian. It's okay, Brian. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I'll walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori? Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. This is a trap question. I mean, I like Yuri, But Sayori's my friend, and we live in the same area. So if I walked home with Yuri and Yuri goes that way, then I'd have to walk even farther to get home. So for the sake of convenience, I'd walk home with Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. 1 second. I have no idea if that was a scam or not. I got a phone call and they were like, hey, am I speaking to the business owner? Yes, we give the business loans. Will the stream be longer than yesterday's? Unfortunately not. I have to leave at 12:30 my time. So it's 10:41 right now. So I have to leave, like I said, I have to leave around 12:30. But I will. So I've got to go. I'll be gone from 1, 2, 3... I'll probably be back around 3 or 4, and if I get back by 3 or 4, then I will be streaming again around 3 or 4 my time, Eastern Standard. Just because I've got today off, I've just got a couple of things I have to do today, because today's my day off. But I will be back. Ooh, thank you for following. My user is regrettable. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Brian. I'm glad to hear that, Glyph. Thank you, I do appreciate it. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if... Yuri would Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sorry, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. I'm sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? Hmm? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy, too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Brian, you're so... girl-coded. Thank you. Who knows what will happen in that time? Alright, let's see. I wrote one for Natsuki and Yuri. Let's write one for Sayori. And Sayori likes descriptive words like this, right? Thank you for following, I.e. Amethyst. Oh. Your favorite is Sayori? I like Sayori as well. I don't know, it's kind of hard to pick. I've done one for each character so far, except for obviously Monica because she's not here. I like the purple hair one because I have dark purple hair. Oh, cool! Yeah, so that one's Yuri. She's really cool. Basically, words that convey emotions or actions, words that hint at it. Thank you, Glyph. I do appreciate that. Passion. Agonizing. Depression. I made a really weird poem. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Might cosplay Natsuki or Sayori on my main. I don't have any merch yet. Honestly though, I feel that. My next cosplays, I've got a big one I'm making. I'm about to cosplay Braum from League. But I've cosplayed Evergreen from Fairy Tail. I don't know if you've ever watched Fairy Tail, but I've cosplayed Evergreen from Fairy Tail. I need to get those photos, actually. I had a professional photo shoot with my Evergreen cosplay. But they're all on my Instagram, which is SuperBrian2234 as well. All of my stuff is SuperBrian2234. But I do a lot of cosplay stuff on here and on Instagram. I might cosplay one of these characters one day. I've thought about it, because like I said, I've cosplayed Evergreen, which is a woman from Fairy Tail. And I've thought about maybe cosplaying Asuna from Sword Art Online. It'd just be interesting. Yeah. Anyways, enough about my personal life of cosplay. Never watched Fairy Tail, but I think I've seen the character. She's the green one that's got the glasses and the fan. You must have a lot of determination. Oh. Definitely an avid anime. I am an avid anime watcher. You know what I just realized? Monika's playing piano. And there's piano in the background. Do you think Monika's the one playing the background piano music? Interesting to think about. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion? Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival, too. Yay, thank you for the likes, I Amethyst. I do appreciate that. Foreshadowing. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part in the festival, but it's a whole day of school activities where I get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. I think I just gave Natsuki Sayori's voice. My apologies. You sound a bit like Sayori. Well, you know what? Maybe it's fine that I gave her Sayori's voice. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Fried squid is delicious. What are you talking about? I love fried calamari. Excuse me. I think I mention this every time squid is brought up. I love fried calamari and squid. I love seafood. It's funny. My favorite favorite sea animal is the octopus and the squid, and yet they're also my favorite one to eat because they're so delicious. Something just changed on my desktop. What changed? Why did you change? I don't trust that. I've got little stats on my second window that like monitor my usage of CPU, graphics card, memory, all that fun stuff, and they all just changed their graphics. Seafood is based. Hello again. Hello, Folly fan. Welcome. Onyx is not here. I love that name. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. I'm pretty sure Ika means squid in Japanese. Yeah, I'm learning Japanese, so I'm having to pull back from my memories. Oh, thank you for following. I do appreciate it. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? I'm back turning into Mrs. Doubtfire. Oddly enough, my favorite food is mushrooms. I love mushrooms, and the only reason I love mushrooms is because of Super Mario. But I love mushrooms, they're great. Fine, fine. I'm turning into all of the voices are leaving my body because I can't keep my voices straight. I'm gonna take 2 seconds to try to get my voices back. Give me 1 second. Yuri's so bad. Honestly, fair though. Well, thank you guys for liking. But there's nothing better than good old portobello mushrooms smothered in butter. Honestly, those sound good. Sushi's also I love sushi. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyways. Excuse me? Where is Sayori? Sorry. Thank you for following Feces Face. Where is Sayori anyways? Oh, there you are. I haven't played the game yet, but it costs too much on Xbox, so I don't know. Who doesn't love sushi? Sushi's the best. Sushi's great. I think I got this for free during a Steam sale. I don't know, it kind of just appeared in my Steam catalog one day. A lot of games tend to do that. Sayori's sitting at a desk in the corner looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in her face. Hello? Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything okay? Or alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Aww. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright, except no, because you're my friend and I'm worried about you. This Brian doesn't get me at all. You obsessively worry about your friends. Sayori isn't fine and I know it. She seems depressed. She's getting depressed and that's not good. But why? Why are you depressed, Sayori? I love you, my friend. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. But the conversation is already dispersed with everyone back to their usual activities. I'm also learning Japanese. I haven't managed to get past hiragana though, and I've been invested for a while. Oh, cool. I'm on katakana right now. So I'm learning all katakana. I'm currently learning how to ask for directions and like naming of places. So I'm using Duolingo, and I'm also about to get a proper tutor, just because I'm getting to a point in Duolingo right now where I'm not getting there. Doing some basic phrases here. Heck yeah, that's good. Keep up the good work, my friend. Sorry, 1 second. Just got an important text message. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm doing scout management, or not scout management, but location scouting for a music group for a music video that I'm making. So they just messaged me letting me know what their budget and stuff was. Sorry about that. The conversation I just first went back to their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she knows anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monica, who was shuffling through some papers at her desk. Brian, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? You'll be back in 20 minutes, you have to eat, because honestly, I feel that. I didn't eat breakfast this morning. I'm not going to be eating until lunch, unfortunately. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, a little too much. Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica appears across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. You sure you haven't noticed anything about her? She's sitting there going, "Eat-er, eat-er, eat-er, eat-er." Man, you have a lot of eventful hobbies. So, to give you a brief rundown of my hobbies that I do, like, all the time. I read, I write, I program, I code, I work full-time, I stream, I'm an actor, I'm a voice actor, I am a writer and director. I unfortunately cannot draw. That was drawn by a friend of mine. I obviously collect plushies. I woodwork, I sculpt, I make stuff out of metal, so I metal work. I 3D print, 3D model, and 3D cast. I have a dog. I watch a lot of anime and TV shows. Yeah, I do a lot. I'm also trying to start a business, so there's all that. I'm doing a lot. Anyways, Sayori's going eat you on the desk, Monica, and you don't notice anything about her? Maybe there is something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Brian. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Brian. Me? The day will come when I'm on a girl's mind. I'm also an introvert. I direct film. So I wrote and directed my own film that I mentioned the other day will be coming out in a couple of months. I wrote and directed it. And I'm trying to direct more films, so I wrote another script that I'll hopefully be doing this year to direct. And when I'm not directing, I'm helping on film sets for other people. I'm acting, like I said, I'm either acting or script managing or prop setting or location scouting or PAing or helping with the camera. Mainly, I do everything. I do everything that interests me. I make music. I do a lot. May I say you have talents? Well, I do appreciate it. I wouldn't say that I'm great at any of them. I just enjoy doing them, I guess, you know? It's one of those things where I don't want to live with regrets, so I like to try everything that interests me. And when I enjoy it, I keep at it. My main goal is to be a business owner and an actor / voice actor. So I'm working towards those goals by being in different films and everything else. Exactly. Jack of all trades. Jack of all trades, but a master of none. But is better than a master of none. Yeah, my friends, they actually own their own movie production studio and company. And I help them a lot with their stuff as well. So it's pretty cool. They are Salty Cool Studios if you want to go check them out on YouTube. They've got an award-winning film and a film that's on Amazon Prime already. Interests are fairly niche, but I'd like to do more. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. And the only limitation of doing stuff that you enjoy is yourself. Anyways, let's get back to the game. Enough talking about me, even though I love talking about me. We're gonna get back to the game, so I'm not sitting here talking about all of what I do. I might do a stream like that one day where I will I'll tell you all the stuff that I do. How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sora talks about you more than anything else, you know? Yeah? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. This is just like me, though. I've been single for 4 years, and I still can't pick up on if a girl likes me or not. And I've been in several relationships. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. Back, I just realized I wasn't really hungry. I just went to the bathroom and washed my hands. I feel that, though. Well, you're pretty cool. I thank you, Glyph. I do appreciate it. I try my best to just enjoy life, you know, to the fullest. Meow. God, why did I just do that? Ugh. Anyways, too real. It's not any different now than it's always been. You're so funny, Brian. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? Ah, I said too much. Bro, I wish a girl would say that to me one day. I'm sorry, what do I know anyways? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. POV, Mew and Ugg. Honestly though, yeah. We're gonna forget that. We're just gonna scrub that from our memories, that ever happened. I'll try to talk... What voice was that? I'll try to talk to her, so not to think about it for now. Ah. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's just impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh on me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I noticed Yuri peering at me from over her book, but she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. What time do I have to go to work today? So I don't actually have work today, so I'm off, but I do have a lot of things that I have to do between 1 and 3:30, 4 o'clock. So I'll probably be back home around 4:30, and I'll probably stream around that time again today, depending on what time I get back and what time I get done with everything. So like I'll be ending the stream around 12:30 my time, so 12:30 Eastern Standard, and that'll be about an hour and a half. And then I'll be back a little bit later today to do a second stream around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Or earlier or later, depending on what time I get back. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her own. I didn't mean to I didn't mean to... I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But after you beat the game, you should react to the Jacksepticeye animation of this game. It does contain spoilers, hence after it's hilarious. Okay, I might. We'll see. But I could tell you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell that I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those willing to share that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Eh? Sorry. I didn't mean to say something so stupid. It's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive when you... Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Brian, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. Ah, so you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head, and she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looks like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. You know something I just thought about? This is completely off topic of the game again. But every time I play a game like this, I'm always voicing more female characters, or just in general games, I'm voicing more female characters than I am male characters. Like, I played, The Coffin of Andy and Lele, and obviously there was Andy and Lele's voices, but there were a lot more female characters that I was having to voice in that game than there was male, because there was Andy. But, I don't know, I just thought about that. Most of the games where I'm voicing while I'm streaming, there's a lot of female characters. So you'd think, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you guys. You would think that I'd be better at doing female voices. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Oh, don't look at me. Don't look into the window that is my soul, aka my eyes. It is not for you to see. That's probably an intentional point of the developers, Lamau. Honestly, you're right. They just want to hear my beautiful women voices. That's all it is. All of the developers of every game I've ever played are secretly watching my streams. I think it causes most games to have female characters. Games like DDLC have... Yeah. That's true. I play it so people decide to play it. That is very true. I play a lot of different games. I'm a variety streamer, so I play games like Doki Doki Literature Club, The Coffin of Andy and Lele, FNAF, Minecraft, Ark Survival Evolved. What else have I recently played? Little Misfortune. I play a lot of stuff. And I just thought about it. It's like, I voice a lot of female characters. And I guess, yeah, you're right. It is a... More people decide to play it because there's a lot of pretty girls on the screen. It is the case. A lot of pretty girls on the screen make people want to buy or play more. That's why League of Legends has so many female characters with all of the skins that they've got. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even unto themselves. I swear if you guys can hear my stomach grumbling, I do apologize. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that you should be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. I read anime. I read manga, watch anime, collect plushies and collectibles. I got 130 FNAF plushies right there. And I've got more on my desk. I got Rambly the Raccoon. I've got Grandmother Raven. I've got several Stampy Longnose plushies and collectibles over here because he's one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. I've literally got a 1 foot tall Stampy back there because he doesn't fit on my desk. He's literally this big. It's great. He's holding a piece of cake. I love it. It's adorable. The neckbeards demographic lol, or at least that's what this is making fun of. Yeah, just a little bit. Just finished one of your favorite mangas 2 days ago. Very dark but a cute read. What manga was it? I'm currently reading an actual novel right now, so I'm taking a small break on reading mangas. I kind of alternate between reading mangas and reading books. But I'm running out of manga to read, so... I need more suggestions. I need more suggestions. You'd think that my part-time job is streaming and talking, I'd be able to talk. Omnibus edition? I love omnibuses. I've got the omnibus of SAO, one of my favorite animes and mangas of all time. So I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. Might buy the continuation of the manga even though I'm watching the anime version. What manga is it? I want to know! I'm curious! I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyways. Puello Madoka Magic. Oh, I finished all of that. It's a good manga and anime. Really enjoyed it. Dot dot dot. Keeps deleting your comment. Ah, I don't know why. That's weird. Okay, everyone. After some time has passed, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we all share our poems now? Why don't we all share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Well, I made this poem for Sayori, so since Sayori's upset today, we're gonna read it to Sayori first. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell that you don't like it. You don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri. Eh? I didn't write this for anyone. I did write this for someone. I wrote this for you specifically. Thank you very much. What is going on with you today, girl? Hit you with the... Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, not if you're not happy. Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Brian. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just getting a little tired today. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Pumpkin Pie Cutie, I love that name. I love Pumpkin Pie. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. Play? We're reading poetry. What's going on with you, Sayori? Sorry, I should be doing... Watching you. If you insist. Yay! I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Alright, well, Natsuki's next. This one's alright. Alright. Well, yeah. It doesn't blow me away, but there's nothing I really hate about it. It's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. Come to think of it, it kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Eh, you think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? There's something fishy going on here. Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so... Fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I had a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail. And remember the reason you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Oh, I liked that one a lot, actually. That one was cute and sad and adorable, and I loved it. Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with the message later? Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing. She wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyways. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. From my understanding, it was about taking time to enjoy the serenity of the simple things. Exactly. Excuse me. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Alright, Yuri, your turn. Well done, Brian. Me too. Me too. You've definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing our writing like this is a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all feel a little awkward at first. And now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore. But it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing. And I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Brian? Eh? Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even my opinions are just opinions, you know? As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Eh? Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Huh? For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. Yuri? It's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come up with those sort of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up. Now, let's move on. Alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface. Under a clear blue sky, an expanse of bliss, but beneath gray, rolling clouds, an endless enigma. The easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle when the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic, the breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils, turned back, and I abandoned my piece to erode at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore. That was a little more sad. I'm not a very sophisticated person, so my insights are always like, it's sad. It made me feel sad, and it makes me think about letting go of stuff. And that's about as deep as my connections go, unfortunately. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to make a metaphorical approach to it. Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles, or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she'd want to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Alright, Monica, you're up, girl. Let's go. Hi, Brian. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Monica's voice always changes, I'm sorry. Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure, but whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It'd also make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. Monica, take the poem I'm holding in my hands. I like this one. It makes you think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Oreo, you good? Oreo just coughed. It was like, ah, well. We may be good friends, but Sayori and I are really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you didn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. You have to actually write poetry and sonnets to pick up on it and make better interferences with reading. It's very different compared to writing a novel. Not to say that they don't have similarities as you're telling a story, but you're also painting an atmosphere in the form of imagery that is symbolic or related to the metaphor, philosophy, or implementing your own work. So that is true. I never really enjoyed writing poetry. Like, some of my teachers tried to make us, and I hated it because I just didn't enjoy writing it and was never as sophisticated. One of the things was I was never sophisticated as everybody else, like I just mentioned. Like, some people are great at writing poetry, but I'm kind of like Natsuki in the way that I write. It's simple, easy to understand, and about small subjects or broad subjects, and let you know on your face value. I'm not like Monica or Yuri when it comes to writing. Definitely not like Yuri. If I do write poetry, that is. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than anything. Thank you for sharing my user is regrettable. I do appreciate it. So I think that the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. Yeah, I'm glad you get it. I always feel awkward explaining myself when it comes to poetry because people think I'm just being a jerk or just being like difficult for the sake of being difficult. You sure you're not reading it into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Perfect Heart Fictive, thank you for joining. Alright. A lady who knows everything. mean, I wrote because it helped me therapeutic. Well, that's good. I'm glad it was able to help you. And that's what's most important, is how it makes you feel and what it does for you. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wandered Earth. Monica's totally normal. Totally normal. Everybody's normal. It's a dating sim. What are you talking about? The Lady Who Knows Everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer. All meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am. A feather. Lost adrift to the sky. Victim of the currents of wind. Day after day I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky, until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and fall, and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me beneath the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything. What am I thinking? Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. I got chills reading that one, not gonna lie. I got goosebumps. Like, my skin is like, ooh, I like that one. That was... I love things like this, like especially this part right here, where I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. That just gives me goosebumps reading that. I like this one a lot, just for that reason. Though as cliche as it is in my trademark style is to rhyme, but a bit more descriptive, and I had a slant to my structure. And stanzas every now and then. Hey! Like I said, to each their own writing style. I'm no expert in poetry at all, so I really don't know what adding a slant to your structure means. But if it's what makes you happy, then continue doing it. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's why I wrote about it. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. Monica, can you see me? We're just gonna skip past that run. Ignore that a little bit. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, I want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. A slant in rhyme is basically like if you take the ending of a word Like, let's say Reclaim and Fate, and you can set those up at the end of each line. It lands a little better. Basically rhyming, but using different past tense suffixes. It's used a lot of time. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Though I suck at writing lyrics. Honestly, me too. I'm only good at the music part because I played tuba for like 8 years. 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, 12th. 7 years. I played tuba for 7 years. Which I really, really, really want to pick back up again. I just don't have the money to get a tuba. Excuse me.
Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out? Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Ed? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
Yeah, I think like the cheapest one of like a decent quality is about $10,000. I don't have $10,000, unfortunately. Actually, I now kind of want to look up tuba prices.
Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is going to happen.
In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here.
Ah, it seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around.
It demands a lot of airflow in the lungs. I was great at it. I did marching band tuba. Yeah, I did marching band tuba. So I was running around on a field carrying a 55-pound instrument and playing. I was one of the top tuba players in my state. At least for high school. Yeah. Technically, I've got a tuba, but Old Bessie doesn't count. Old Bessie is Old Bessie for a reason. She was the school's tuba that nobody used because she was so beat up and old. She was from the early, 50s. She's in my closet, and she's in several pieces because that's how you're supposed to take her apart and put it back together. But she doesn't play very well, and it's going to be a lot more work to get her back in working condition that I just don't feel like doing. I'd rather just buy either a Jupiter or a Yamaha 4x4. Which basically means a 4x4 bass is a full-size contra bass, or a full-size bass tuba. A contra bass is one that switches between being marching and concert. I didn't say your name. Anyways, enough about tubas. Back to the game. Yeah, she's really beat up, dented, and the valves don't work as well, or I think they're rotator valves actually, so they don't rotate like they're supposed to. So it take a lot of money to get them fixed, and she's just not the type of tuba that I enjoy playing. She's more of a collector's piece at this point, because she's so old they don't make those kinds anymore. Cheap viewers on no thank you, technological downhill. I appreciate you coming here, but no. Where the heck did she run off to anyways? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on! She wasn't feeling too well and went home early.
Is that so? I hope she's alright.
Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. I know, it's pretty cool. I love playing the tuba. I was actually talking about this with my friends the other day. I was like, I miss it. Like, I don't miss the people, and I don't miss being in high school, but I miss playing the tuba. And I also play tennis, but I miss playing the tuba the most. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it.
Huh?
That curious expression coming from Yuri, of all people?
Calm down, guys. I talked with her earlier and everything's fine.
What did she say?
Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes, but we might need a lot of them and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets.
The antique nature of those instruments can always serve as fun moving. Exactly. I'm a collector. As you can tell by the numerous plushies I have, I've got plenty of Funko Pops, plenty of anime figurines, plenty of books. I'm a collector. Everything's on display somewhere in my house, except for old Bessie, just because she's massive, and I also have a tiny house.
So Yuri will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? And now Natsuki's pouting too.
Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Suri enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around.
That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader of my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri...
And every time I hear old Bessie, I think of the road machine from Cars. That's basically what she looks like. That's basically what she looks like. To put it into perspective, that's basically what she looks like. Valve oil splurting out everywhere. Like, it's great.
You have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere.
Yuri's expression slowly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see.
That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Brian.
The one who is truly useless. Hey! You know it! Useless gang! Yeah!
Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It'd probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. And you could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that.
That's... Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that?
I suppose I wouldn't mind a little bit of help.
Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. It's like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyways. So he tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that.
If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you'd like to handle the baking on your own. Brian may not like to be around it if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decoration.
I have horrible handwriting. What do you mean?
Hold on! I never said that! How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyways? Sounds more like you're just making an excuse for Brian to... What are you saying? It'll be extremely meticulous work.
And baking isn't?
Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Brian to decide how he'd like to get...
don't put this pressure on me! See, if it was up to me, I would do both. There's 2 days in a weekend. You know, Saturday and Sunday. And technically Friday afternoon. So why can't I do all 3? Help all 3 of you. Not that hard. So my take, and this is something that I've noticed, is my take when it comes to a lot of women wanting something, or at least a lot of people in general wanting something, is to help all of them. I don't like picking favorites. I hate picking favorites. I really do. I would rather help everybody or help no one. Like, I can't just be like, I'm going to help them because I like them better. I'm going to help you because I like you better. I can't do that. I physically can't do that. I like make sure everybody's happy and all my friends are happy. So if these are all my friends, why can't I help all my friends? I know it's supposed to be a dating sim, but like... I don't know, maybe that's just me. Maybe that's also why I'm single. Is I can't man up and like just admit that I like somebody.
Thank you for the rose, IDK. I do appreciate it. And thank you for the follow and the likes. Besides, he hasn't really got any chance to spend time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in. You literally just said. I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Brian, you're okay with—
No. In the end, it's up to you. Of course.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Bloody Spoon. I appreciate it. Very well.
In that case, everyone looks straight at me. Oh. I can't pick. I'm not a picker. Why can't I help all my friends? It's not that hard. There's 2 days in a weekend. Hello, Twinkie. I'm on lots of Benadryl. Hey, have fun with the Benadryl trip. Why Twinkie? All right. Gosh, I don't know. I gotta see. Natsuki, Yuri, Monica, or Sayori? Well, personally, I'm a big fan of Natsuki or Sayori. Personally. I like Yuri's sophistication in her reading. Never Sayori. Never Sayori. Why not Sayori? Sayori's cool. All in favor of Yuri, say aye. Now, even TikTok is saying Yuri. So, Yuri? Alright, I'll help Yuri with banner decorations. You know what I might do, though? Should I save here real quick? And might go back and try the other ones. But of course, I'm gonna go with... So Yuri, everybody says Yuri? Alright. Yuri has the most interesting path. Alrighty. We're probably more useful helping out Yuri.
Me?
Are you serious? Why would you...
Natsuki, did I tell you about to say something mean? No, I was just saying. So you'll be helping out Yuri then, Brian?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sort of things.
Am I about to have a Have I just made a decision that I'm gonna regret? I think I just made a decision I'm gonna regret. Who just messaged me? You're not somebody that I'm working with. I haven't? Okay.
So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, you'll be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I would be fine. Okay.
Everyone can tell that Natsuki's feeling a little sour. I'm sure any of them would feel a little sour. So, is that everything we need to go over?
Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited?
Well, excited might not be the right word.
But I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Brian?
Me? I guess you guys have interest in see how it will turn out.
That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki. What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all.
I am the cheese that constipates your mind. What? Natsuki's always like this. I've never played this game before, so I don't know these people.
I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Brian picked me.
And also, I picked you because chat told me to. Great, now you made everybody mad. Chat. Chat! I blame you, chat.
And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so...
I like Natsuki personally more than Yuri. Actually, stop. The Yuri slander has got to stop. There's nothing wrong with Yuri. She's a good person as a friend. Hello, you're a totally average kid. How are you? She's a good friend, but I personally don't see her as a romantic partner. I could see Natsuki or Sayori being a good romantic partner. But me personally, I don't see Yuri as being a romantic partner. This is my dating sim game that I'm playing. And anyways, I'm gonna go back and play the other one is because Natsuki's a lolly. No, I like her personality. No, it's because I like her personality. Chat made me choose Yuri on Twitch, so I picked Yuri. Me and Twitch chat are having a fight over here.
I get it. I'm kind of surprised, though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad.
Natsuki's the only one surprised. Yeah, I know. I just don't... I just don't like slander like that. I'm all for joking and having fun, but I don't know, slander like that is not appropriate. Ooh. Anyways. I'm good now. Monika and I are also taken back by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Ooh, excuse me. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves.
No, I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm gonna say this. You better bet my cupcakes are gonna be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah.
God, Monika's voice always changes. Gah!
I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out.
Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. Eh? I turn around.
Sorry. I realized that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend.
Oh, you're right. I I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be best way, yes. Alrighty then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Eh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I'd be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I'd prefer to go to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decide not to press Yuri for a reason. Hello? The game closed itself. Or, like, went back to my home screen for some reason. It's not like it should matter that much anyways, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. No, watch, it is not time for me to stand. I am live streaming. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Brian. I think that we'll make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I wanted to do. But... Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? Eh? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Chet can be so ruthless. Honestly, I'm over it already. I don't care. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. What happened to Saturday? After that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. After that exchange, I make my way out the door. Sorry, I got a weird notification from my streaming software that something was going on with the stream. We're good now. I can't believe this. Yuri's gonna be coming to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've got pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're out of school. More than that, she told me she was looking forward to it. Is this a chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off of it. I seriously cannot wait. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've been texting each other occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. And you didn't think to check on the weekend? I mean, don't y'all live right next to each other? You could have walked over and went, hey! You good? Like, if she lives right across the street from you. Between Sayori and what Monica said, is it real okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? There you go. I decided to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Oh, I don't like this. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally find her. Sayori? Okay. I was expecting something a lot worse. I'm glad it wasn't there.
Hi, Brian.
I sit down in her room. So we're forced to smile, but it's easy to let she's different. There's a minute of silence between us.
You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you?
Ah, I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is messy as it always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now.
If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess.
That's because I end up cleaning it for you.
How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today?
Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting.
Monica told me.
My Siri is activating, and I'm not liking it.
It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right?
Ah, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today?
Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything.
Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then.
Yep.
There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So... Sayori smiles, shaking her head.
That's no good, Brian.
Eh?
Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me.
Sayori! I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. That's not the right approach, bud.
Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Brian. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time.
Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori?
You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Brian? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. But what reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? But why go to school? Why eat? But why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy. Without anyone worrying about me.
Girl, I feel you, though. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her?
Why, Sayori? Eh? Why is it that you've never told me about this?
Bruh, that's not what you're... Ugh! You don't... As a person who's dealt with bad depression, and as a person who's also helped other people through their bad depression, it's not an awful thing to say, but it's not a good thing to say either. I would more of a said, I'm sorry that you didn't feel... I'm sorry, when it comes to people and their depression and their emotions, you have a certain way they're supposed to go about it. And personally, I don't feel like this is the right way or not. I have to see what else he says. It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. I mean, yeah, that's a good recovery. Though I would have said something more along the lines of, it's okay that you didn't tell me, but now that I'm here now, but now that I know, I will support you even more. I wish I would have known earlier, so I could have supported you sooner. But now I'm going to support you even more because I know this. You are one of my closest friends. You know, some stuff along those lines. Because that's what you're supposed to do, especially if it's one of your closest friends. Even if there's only so much that I could do, I've tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Brian. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have had to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. You are important things, Sayori. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everybody else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then, I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everybody in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. And from my perspective, if this was somebody that I was talking to, you feel that way because you actually do care about what I think of you and how I spend time with you. You do care, at least somewhat a little bit. You do appreciate the effort that's being put in. And that's a good thing. You gotta go to school, see it. Bye, have a good day, thank you. Totally average kid for being here. But it means that you do care about what others think of you and the time and effort I'm putting into you. I feel that way all the time, honestly, in real life. So I know, because it means that you do care about what these people think and what these people are going through to help you. Anyways, enough about my personal life and how I deal with people's problems. I'm playing a video game. I'm not supposed to be bringing in my personal problems to the video game. My headset's dying. You're right, I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Brian. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here, and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Ah! Brian! Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everybody else, then that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Brian... Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear.
No, don't do this to me. Please, don't do this. Brian,
Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. This was a good approach.
I don't know. I don't know.
Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return.
I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Brian. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm in pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too.
Hi, Grayson. Sayori lets me go. Never underestimate the power of a hug. I know that all too well. Hugs are a really powerful tool to help people, especially in their time of need. Sayori lets me go. And she does so. I'll let her go as well. The festival's tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun, right?
Yeah.
How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise.
I think that would be nice then.
Yeah? Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel.
No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really would forgive you.
But it's almost time for Yuri to meet at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head.
I'm sorry. I don't know if that'd be very good for me today. You understand, right?
It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest.
It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Alright. I look forward to it. Hi, Grayson. I hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself feeling a little uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri's about to come over too. I think Sayori's right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri?
Thank goodness.
You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time?
No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell.
You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home.
I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason.
It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it.
Anyways, let's go inside.
I'm gonna save again, just in case.
That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked for you to buy as well?
Yeah, pretty much. At least, I hope I got everything right.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious.
It's so clean.
I cleaned it before you came over, so...
That's very considerate of you to do.
No. I'd be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here.
Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I'd have gladly helped you clean.
That would be even more embarrassing. Yeah. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine.
I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out.
It's fine, it's fine. All of my ecchi is in there. All of my ichi is in that drawer. You can't look in there. She puts both her hands firmly in her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started?
Yes. I have a few things planned that you could help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements.
Atmospheric enhancements?
You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far.
Of course. I wanted to help take our guests on a faraway place, although many will stop by just out of curiosity, and for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more.
That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person.
Intense?
I guess that's just the best way to put it.
Is that a bad thing?
No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually.
Is that so? That makes me feel relieved, and kind of happy.
Yeah, no need to be anxious. You can relax a little.
Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Let's see.
Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object.
I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you?
Yeah, that'd be really neat. What's the wooden thing, though?
Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy?
Not familiar at all.
Is that so? It's one of my favorite contributions to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body.
My mic was too far away, so I'm moving a little closer.
Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic.
Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole in the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is this one for?
This is a jasmine essential oil. Smells a little sweet and flowery, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. The jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that'll be perfect for sharing our poems?
It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself.
Ooh. Excuse me.
I do apologize, my friends. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for?
Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get?
Yeah, I have it over here.
We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write different words on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them.
Oh yeah? What will those be used for?
I'm gonna cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway to the classroom. Then we can fashion the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain.
Excuse me.
Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside.
That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it.
Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Gonna start making me yawn. I'm sorry! I'm not sleeping very well the last couple of nights. It's been really stuffy. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys.
Here's a marker, Brian. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons.
Ah, alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. She then reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Eh? The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's a beautiful pocket knife. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks real fancy.
Well,
Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it?
You're gonna think it's weird.
Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know?
If you promise you won't be weird about it.
Yeah, I promise.
Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe? What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this.
Speaking of being into knives, I think you can see it. But this is one of the many, many swords that I have in my house. I've got another one there. I've got one there, one here, 3 in the living room, 2 in the bedroom. I got plenty. I got weapons galore.
You're laughing at me.
No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you.
Suits me?
Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that.
It is, isn't it?
Yuri relaxes her expression once again.
Would you like to hold it?
Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hand. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife in my index finger. Ow!
Brian!
Are those model swords? They're real. So, this one here. I actually need to polish this one, unfortunately. But this one, I don't know if you can see it on camera. It needs to be polished, but yeah, it's a real blade. Summer mirror pair of leaves. No, all of my weapons are real. Actually, speaking of weapons, I didn't see my axe is still sitting there, but I also got an axe, which I also need to polish and clean. So I've got several swords. I've got like 30 knives, 2 pairs of nunchucks, 2 brass knuckles, 2 whips, 2 sais, 2 warhammers. Actually no, yeah, 3 warhammers. What else? I got a lot of stuff, and I also, like I said, I make weapons as well. I was equipped for the Dark Souls final boss. You know it!
Why did you do that?
I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all.
It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no.
A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. What? I mean, I do that to my own fingers and wounds, but somebody else doing it's a little weird. I feel her tongue curl around my oh! Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Yeah.
Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking.
Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri?
That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry.
Sure, it was a little weird. It took me by surprise, but I guess she's just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little bit.
Yeah,
She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyways. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return.
Brian! Did you really just do that?
Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now.
You're so weird, Brian.
I'm the weird one! You just licked the blood off my finger! Yuri giggles shyly. Yuri's calling me weird? Exactly. I have no response to that.
Where do you keep your bandages?
I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it's already stopped bleeding.
I see. That's relieving.
The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbon, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected, and it'll be very effective as a door curtain.
It looks great.
Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri.
Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task?
Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind?
I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tape tablets.
That's right. One of these items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets.
Well, I need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us?
Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute.
Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups up too much, it'll be too diluted.
Alrighty. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips and then brings it back to my room. Yuri?
Yes?
I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve and pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything?
No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint.
Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups.
So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom.
Neat. What are you going to write?
Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you.
Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling up the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors was a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing.
I'm sorry if this feels too childish.
No, I didn't mean it at all. It's just kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too.
Yuri stopped for painting for a moment, thinking to herself.
For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple, like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes me feel a little bit nicer. And I think that's all it takes for me to be happy.
Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. Ooh. Yeah, this is getting all stuffy again. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently.
I knew you would understand.
Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush. But I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Kya! Sorry. Yuri reels back and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all.
Sorry?
Sorry, I should have asked you to get that for me.
It's not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck.
Is there something on my face?
Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush over and fetch a small towel and then dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Oh, hello. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong?
It's hot. I just didn't expect it.
Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Yikes, yeah, when I have really bad allergies during the winter as well, or like the late early transition from fall. It's awful. It's awful.
Wait,
Eh?
just for a little longer. It feels really nice.
Ah. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. If she tells me to choke her, I'm gonna leave. Stream's over. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What's happening? Is the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist sent a tingle sensation through my arm. And suddenly her seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away.
Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out.
It's fine. Yeah, that could have went several different directions. I'm glad it didn't. I'm out of water. Oh, got the last drop. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. Alright, so forced to ignore the events that just transpired. Oh, excuse me. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush, continuing following Yuri's example. And that should do it. Finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking.
I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results.
Yeah, me too. Are you gonna add the lettering now?
Not yet. I need to try first.
That's true, but won't that take a while?
Well, perhaps it'd be best to leave it here and have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay?
That's totally fine.
Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here.
Phew!
You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you're at least enjoying yourself a little bit?
Ah, no, it's not like that. I'm just glad we managed to get everything done.
I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon.
Ah, so you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we'd have extra time after finishing the work.
Well,
Mira thinks to herself.
I think it'd be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there'd be more time as well.
It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker.
No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is we got everything done, right?
Yeah.
So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything.
Dialing up all her things, Yuri seems a little downcast. I understand why. It's not she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. No, it's the last time it can happen. Sorry. You're actually on the edge of your seat right now. Yuri packs up and walks out her front door.
Thank you very much for having me today.
No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring for tomorrow.
I will. Well then,
Yuri fidgets.
I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, I kind of say that without thinking. About today. Let me get to the end of Act 1. I've got like 3 minutes. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted today. Because we can do this again. Whenever you want to. You can come over or we can go out somewhere. Ah, I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so...
You're very thoughtful, Brian.
Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand.
I kind of like that about you.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? I don't even get a chance to as Yuri suddenly pulls back.
Sayori!
Eh?
Haha. Hi, Brian.
Sayori! Just now, we weren't...
It's okay, Brian. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave.
Oh, really? That's too bad.
I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right?
Of course! Sayori beams.
Yeah, so
I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri runs away. The wild Yuri fled. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come here and see it for myself.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, how much fun you're having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me.
Tears started to fall down Sayori's face.
That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Brian? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear.
Sayori, don't say that.
It's true, Brian. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have had to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have had to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just...
Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. And what the f did Monica say to you? Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So, even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain.
But...
Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her.
I'm scared, Brian. I'm really scared.
What are you scared of, Sayori?
I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me.
Sayori?
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Brian, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel.
Changed her voice, I apologize.
And...
That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. Oh, no. Don't put this on me! Don't you put this on me! Oh! Those are my true feelings, so there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner, but spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I'll know we'll both be happy.
Brian.
Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me.
Brian, is this really okay?
Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. Do you plan to play the new Doki Doki inspired game to Saru? I didn't even know there was one. But I will definitely play that. I'll put it on my list.
I love you, Brian. I want to be with you forever.
Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit.
What is this?
Sayori?
I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now? Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Brian.
It's okay, Sayori. It might take time for some things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now.
Okay. I trust you.
Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh?
What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it always has been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle everything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Brian? Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right?
Eh? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying this is making you feel sad, Sayori? Do I have the files open? I do have the files open, actually. They're over here on the... Actually, I can't drag them over to show you, but they're over here. Are you saying this is making you feel sad, Sayori?
I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It feels like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me.
Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her and that she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until these things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting things to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. It's the day of the festival. Of all the days, I expected this to be the one where I'm walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. No! If your girlfriend's not answering her phone after just telling you that she's super depressed and sad, the right thing to do is to go to her house to make sure she's okay. Yeah. I'm gonna be a little late. Fudge. I'm not noticing anything. I'm looking at the files. What am I supposed to be looking for? Oh, happy thoughts. What is this? Oh! Let me... Okay. Those are... And there's a log that was added. It's the log. That's not normal. Okay, that's weird. I don't like that. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri I painted is dry and gently rolled up to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminder not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too.
Brian, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early.
That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica's placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that of all the poems performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing.
I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you.
Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I still remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And suddenly I felt awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe you should have gone to... Yeah! Yeah, you should have.
You should take a little responsibility for her, Brian. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday.
You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? I don't like the way you phrased that! Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so...
Don't worry. I'll probably know a lot more than you think.
Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I feel... Yeah! Me too! Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving almost a professional feel. I recognized that Suki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head. I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I share how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But the poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. What is happening? What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Brian? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's read. I think we should go to Sayori's house. Okay, that was Oreo. That's my dog. I heard a noise that I didn't like, and it was just my dog, like, coughing. Because he drank his water too fast. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself, Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help wake her up. Even the simple gesture of walking to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own home? She needs to be woken up. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it would be. In any case, I just feel right. It just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really don't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't this kind of a breach of privacy? I've got a really bad feeling about this. But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppress the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I'd be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like I always have, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 End. There are 3 arcs. Or 3 acts? Okay. Interesting. Alrighty then. Well, I've unfortunately got to quickly end this because I'm now going to be late to my appointment, unfortunately. Oh, she's gone. Lovely. Anyways, I've got to end the stream here now, unfortunately, because otherwise I'm going to be late to the thing that I've got to do. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Check links in the description down below. The topics like Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Discord, and the merch shop. Thank you all so much for being here again, and as always, I will see you all next time. This is Brian signing off. Bye-bye!